Morning, Keith. How's it going, mate?
I'm doing very good, thanks, and good evening to you. I know we've got a bit of a time difference. Great to see you, Nathan. How's things?
Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, it's going really well. It's going really well. So last week you shared an epic blog post about performance measurement in Power Apps and Power Effects, and I was super stoked by it, so much so that I had to nick it and try it for myself in low-code plugins. But yeah, do you want to just talk us through what the issue was, what you're trying to solve, and then just take us through the example?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks, Nathan, and thanks for supporting the blog post as well. I really appreciate it. I'll go
Yeah,
ahead
of
and share the
course.
screen.
Yep.
Here we go. Great, there we go. So, yeah, as you say, I did a blog post. It was about measuring performance in a Power App, specifically
Yep.
with Power Effects. I'm so glad that you're using it or reusing it, and it's open to all. I mean, we've all got our own patterns and solutions, but
Yeah.
this is one that's worked well for me. So,
Awesome. Do you want to,
recently,
yeah, take us through the genesis. What was the business case around it? How did this come about?
yeah, that's a good point. So I was working with a customer. We had something that was running quite slow. The performance wasn't optimal, and we
Yep.
couldn't quite pinpoint where in the Power Effects it was. It was a big old block of code. It was pages and
Yep.
pages. And there was a few places where it could have gone slow, but we didn't know what the culprit was, and we needed to
Yep.
pinpoint that. So some of the ideas we had, one of them was when you're in a Canvas app, using the monitor was an option. So that's where
Hmm.
you can see all the request information back and forth.
Yep.
So if I just go to this right now, if there's a few ways to get to this, but if I go to open monitor, this is also an option. We did find it was a bit of a boast. We needed something a bit kind of quicker and dirtier
Yep.
just to
Yep.
show this. So what I did, I've got it demonstrated on this button right here,
Yep.
is basically all this does is take a snapshot of the before time,
Yep.
um, gets the difference in seconds, and then displays it as a notification to the screen. So
Nice.
this we could wrap around the different parts of the Power Effects to see
Yep.
this is, pretty much zero, 3 seconds. Okay, we can see
Yeah.
that's the block with the issue.
Nice. So it's somewhat modular. You can move it around your expression.
Exactly right. Or
Yeah.
even show several as it goes along, kind of notification one, two, three. And it's a bit
Yep.
of an old school debug practice, but it worked
Yeah.
in this case anyway. Yeah, it was useful.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give that a run? I'll just sort of
Yeah.
demonstrate what comes up.
Let's run this bad boy and see what's going on.
So a bit of background on this one as well. This is really just doing some kind of ridiculous busy work just to give us a bit of a
Yep.
duration here. The other thing that was useful for this is we could record the time before, then if we change the power effects and then run this code again, we could see have we improved the
Yep.
performance of this code. So
Oh,
if
nice.
I give this a run, I'll just hit play and click the button. It just goes to a connector, brings information, doesn't do anything, and we get the 2.601 seconds come back just there.
Nice. Nice. Now, in your expression, if we go back to it, did we specify a time unit, or did we just, because I think the default is seconds, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now this one we can change. There we go. We got stuck a moment there. Let's bring
Yeah.
this up. So yeah, as you say, when I really get the difference right here with this date diff,
Yep.
in this case I'm getting milliseconds, so I can get that
Yep.
precision.
Yeah.
Now in this case it was over 2 seconds, but that may
Yep.
have been cached now. So if I run again, sometimes oh, this is going stuck a little bit. I'm not sure why,
Yep.
but yeah, if I was to run this again, it might be a 0.7 seconds or 0.653
Yeah. Let's
seconds.
test
So
it and see what happens.
yeah, let's give that a go. Okay, this is going very slow here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't see the marching ants there, so I think there may be a problem with this app. Let me just
Yeah.
yeah, let me go ahead and reopen this.
Yep. We didn't make a big enough sacrifice to the demo gods.
Exit every time, right?
Yeah. That's what keeps us coming back for more, right?
Yeah,
Maybe it'll work
exactly
this
right.
time.
This is it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
There we go. It's even seen the other session there. Let me just
Yep.
close these down.
Yeah.
Give this
All
a
right.
run.
Let's go. Here we go. Big money, big money.
Yay!
Nice. And
So
we cut it in half.
great job, everyone.
Yeah. Love it.
So
That's
I'll give it one more
fantastic.
shot.
Yeah.
Again, I think there's probably some caching with certain connectors.
Yep.
This is performing the same action each time. So I think it
Yep.
may start to stabilize. It's dropped significantly, but after a
Yeah.
few tests, I think I ran it like 5 times and it seemed to be
Yep.
hovering just under the sub-second time frame. But yeah, that's kind of it in terms of the power effects anyway.
Yeah, that is very cool, Keith. That just completely blew my mind because that's something that I've been thinking about in the world of low code plugins. And so of course, I had to try it myself in the context of low code plugins. And so yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen and take you through what I've done in the plugin world with your
Brilliant.
concept of using this. Taking a snapshot of the UTC now as when you start the expression, and then grabbing that UTC capture when it finishes. So here, just go ahead and share my
Excellent.
screen. Okay, is that coming through?
Yep, looking good.
Awesome. Okay, so we are in the Dataverse Accelerator app, and this is an instant plugin that I've created. As you can see, I can't spell invoice when I get really excited about testing things in PowerFX.
I get the same thing.
Yeah, but it's your basic. So we've got input parameters, and then I've created an output parameter of the execution time. Now in low code plugins, we're at a bit of a disadvantage because we can't declare variables within the context of our expression the way we can in a Canvas app. So we can't use update context or set the same way that we would when we're working in a Canvas app. But we have this really wonderful expression called with that it lets us do that by stealth, and it lets us declare variables within our PowerFX expression. So I had to nest a few of these to get what I needed. So I've got my start time and I've got an end time, and then I've got my main plugin operation where I'm basically going to create a row that's associated to another row, and then that will spit out our execution time. So let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to set the name on a row. I've got the ID of the row that it's related to, and the amount that I'm going to set. So let's go ahead and run this.
Great. I
Now the
love your
plugins
plugin
run.
series, by the way. It's brilliant.
Oh, thanks, mate. Oh, cheers.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah, so that's run successfully, and it's gone. And so we see an execution time of 0. Now the reason for that, I suspect, is this is defaulting to seconds in our UTC now expression, whereas you've stipulated milliseconds. So let me go ahead. I'm just going to copy paste this expression with the milliseconds specified. So I had to do things work a little differently in this, but I had to do an and then say time units milliseconds. So let me go ahead and update this. Now, when I run this, as you might have seen in my LinkedIn post, we actually get an error, and I'm not entirely sure why. Let's just go ahead and test this. So we'll do it with the same values. Let's go ahead and run this, and we get this error about the the date time cannot be parsed. So not
Mhm.
100% sure what's going on here. I have reached out to the product team for a bit of information about this. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with my expression, which is often the case, or if it's just something that low code plugins don't support at the moment. But
Got
yeah.
you.
So what I'll probably try is to use this maybe with a longer running bit of code to see if I can get something, see it if I can get it to run for a second or so to get a bit more detail. One
Yeah,
thing
sure.
that Rob, I can't remember his surname now, Campbell maybe. pointed out is that this is actually just measuring the length of time that the expression is running, not the plugin itself. So there's some other tools that you can use to
Mm,
actually measure that plugin duration time. But if you want to get just a feel for how long the PowerFX expression takes to run, then this is the
yeah.
best way to do it. And again, that's probably 90% of it anyways. Could be
Yeah, I
wrong,
think
but
so.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember seeing the comment there. As you say, there are some tools, certainly for maybe some of the Pro Code plugins I've done, where you can really get that detailed tracing. You can get all that
yep,
information. This could be useful for a quick snapshot for PowerFX. Could we go
yeah,
back to the code there, Nathan? I've just got a suggestion.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
may be way off, but maybe worth a quick test. Thank you.
Yep,
So I see, yeah, as you got there, we've got the now, and then you've specified the time unit milliseconds.
yep,
Would it be possible? Could we revert to the code that you had before? You know, the bit without the milliseconds part. I've
yeah,
just got a suggestion what we could try. And again,
yep. Let's try it.
I, you, I'll likely have not got it quite right, but we could have a look. I've got a
Yeah,
thought here.
let's hang on. I just got to find the other one. Where are we? Here we go. All right,
That's
let me just
great.
update that.
Thank you. So my first thoughts, which again I've
Yep,
not investigated, may be that when we do the date diff and it was on the milliseconds, it was
yep,
maybe not. It was maybe expecting dates, but it maybe had something else. So
yep,
what I'm going to suggest, and again this might be wrong, is the part of my PowerFX is on the date diff function. So you know when
yep,
we've got var start time, var end time 2, if
yep,
you put a comma after the var end time 2 and then specify, so yeah, at the very end there. So
yep,
yeah, I'd say after the after the var end 2, yeah, it's almost like we're going to have a third parameter, and that's when we can specify time unit dot milliseconds. Okay, it's not coming through in IntelliSense. I wonder if
yeah,
that's not allowing it there.
yeah. It doesn't appear to.
That's it. Yeah,
We
that's a
tried
shame.
time value. Time value dot now.
Yeah, I've just put in the chat there the one that I'd use, say, in the Canvas app, and I know
Yep,
some functions work differently in Canvas apps, plugins, model-driven apps. So there may be a difference here, but it was almost
yeah.
on the date diff where I specified the millisecond precision.
Okay. Yeah, unless we do it here? No. Yeah. Does it? Hang on. No, it's not letting me do it.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Wonder if there's a limitation or we can't have that third parameter. Just out of interest, if
Yep.
you even without the IntelliSense, I wonder if we could try that third parameter as the time unit dot milliseconds and just see, does it allow it, or
Yep.
is it's really just not available perhaps?
In the date diff, you mean?
Sorry, in the date diff. Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Great. So the description for that parameter sounds like we can do that there. Mentions the
Yeah.
time unit dot milliseconds. It's just not in the IntelliSense at the moment.
Okay. So let's try that. Time unit dot. There we go.
Yeah, now we're cooking. So
Okay.
if you give that
All
a
right.
run
Let's do an
because we
update.
specified
Yeah.
milliseconds, I wonder if we get anything.
Yeah. Let's try it. Now, the one thing I will point out with these, this is not actually dropping a row into Dataverse. So I'll just we'll just come over here and so it used to do this. It used to actually, when you tested the instant plugins, they used to actually drop a row into Dataverse. They don't do that anymore. Apparently that was a bug. And they've fixed that, which is good.
Right,
So
got you.
that might be why it's running a little faster. Oh, hang on, we just test it faster than we'd expect because it's not actually calling Dataverse. But let's see how we go.
I
All
see,
right,
got you.
and run. Oh, look at that.
109 milliseconds.
Nice.
Great
Keith, you
job.
are the man. You are my hero. This is amazing.
Teamwork,
You
man.
solved it.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So we actually got the performance time of our PowerFX expression in the instant low code plugin. Oh man, I am stoked. This is amazing. This
Fantastic.
is awesome. Yeah. So oh, I'm super stoked about this. So yeah,
Me
very,
too.
very cool.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Of course, we can,
Yeah.
change that format or the one I
Yeah.
used, which, might say 0.109
Yep.
seconds. That was really just for cosmetics. If we know it's in
Yep.
milliseconds or the
Yep.
variable in its naming says var
Yeah.
duration milliseconds, we kind of know what it is, right? But then, as you
Yeah.
say, we can test before and after tweaking code, have we improved
Yep.
the performance or not? But yeah,
Yeah.
great stuff. I'm really happy that's working.
Yeah, so just to be really clear, because where I made my mistake is I thought we had to specify the time unit in the UTC now function, but we don't. We specify it in the date diff. So that's what I got wrong. Which was why, even though the IntelliSense wasn't showing an error, which was why the plugin wouldn't work. So all you kids watching at home, don't be like me. Do your time unit in the date diff, and your code will work. And so we've got a few different options here. We got milliseconds. Let's see what else we've got. Years, quarters. Oh, is milliseconds the smallest we have?
I think so. It's always the one
Yeah.
I've used in some other languages too to say, get me that full precision,
Yeah.
presuming it's not something that runs for minutes, or you'd probably go out with the bounds
Yeah.
of what the data-first pipeline could cope with anyway. But milliseconds,
Yeah.
there we go. So maybe some
And it
caching on
must
that
have cached it.
performance.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yep. No, a bit of variance.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
To be honest, I found the same in the Canvas app.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, I ran more tests, and I found while it
Yep.
did start high and get some caching, it then kind of plateaued and stayed around a certain area.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is data first busy? What's the network traffic like? All these other
Yeah.
factors, but I kind of had a good ballpark for it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm keen to do next is to start doing this with plugins that are actually writing the Dataverse. So not in the test function, but to actually see how long this takes to write to Dataverse and whatnot. And that's going to be my next thing that I'll be testing. But yeah, Keith,
Fantastic.
you are the man. You fixed the plugin. We got some awesome functionality. I am super stoked about this. So yeah, thanks so much for sharing this idea. It's brilliant. I love it. Thank you for fixing my plugin.
Great
And
teamwork. You got it.
yeah, yeah. So no, this has been fun, mate. We'll have to do this again.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we could
Yep.
do a series. Who knows? But I'd love to do more. And yeah, great work.
Yeah.
And I'm loving seeing what you're doing by using this in a plugin.
Yep.
I guess as the plugin gets bigger, that PowerFX gets bigger, you could really see the performance in a test run. So it's great. I,
Yeah.
I love it. So yeah, keep up
Yep.
the good work. Really enjoy
Oh,
your
thank
videos,
you.
Nathan.
You as well, Keith. Yeah, the best part while these features are in preview is that we get to work out what's possible, not necessarily what's responsible. So
Yes.
we'll dial it back to that when it goes GA. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Love it. Love it. Well, thanks for having me on.
cool.
It's been a real pleasure and great
Thank you,
catching
mate.
up again.
Yep. All right. Cheers, Keith.
Take care. Bye,
Yep.
Nathan.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.